It's almost straight across. Okay.
Cool.
60 mile an hour.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna cut.
All right, so Adam got the fuel pumps fixed. What are you doing first run? Just
What did we set the power level to?
750 to 999.
So we're gonna probably do like 15 pounds.
he's gonna guess at 15 pounds, it's gonna make 37. Yeah.
Possible.
That's what happens.
Possible. We're not gonna rule that out. It's just a target, okay? It doesn't mean we have to do it.
Did you speak into the squirrel tail? I can't hear
Giggity, giggity. All right, ready to roll?
you. Yep. Open the door, I'll start. Looks way better. Yeah.
It's a very nice pull.
This next one, I'm just gonna do the same number all the way across.
What RPM did it?
6,800.
Okay, we'll see.
That'll be
what it went to.
interesting. Yeah.
If we're not this way, but power never really pretty much held it tight all the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the other turbo, it was mostly probably a downhill.
So you got to remember too, where it drops off is where you hit the button.
Yep.
So you might have started letting off at 65.
Yeah.
Where you see it dipping down, that doesn't mean it was losing power there.
Yeah.
You might have been rolling out of the throttle there.
It definitely touched 30 pounds on that one.
Okay.
Go read a plug, see what they look like. So on our fuel, it's still gold on top, not even near a thread. Our timing mark's there. This is number 1. I think our hottest cylinders were 1 and 2 when we were checking them before, but I'm gonna check them all. But this still looks like we can pull some fuel and add some more timing.
As long as we have too much fuel or not enough timing, we're all right.
The fuel on this looks, I mean, see, we're clear there, so we got plenty of fuel. I think that's what they all should look like. Clear here, then you said on the back side you want like half moon. So
Now-
I could use more.
Have you noticed a difference yet from this bank to this bank, especially the front and rear cylinders?
We did at first. The front ones were hotter when we were at the racetrack
Okay.
in California on the different fuel. I
Okay.
thought it was just the truck intake. This side looks colder than that side.
And the timing mark, this side looks
Fueling
colder.
this side also looks a little colder. This bank looks a little richer, and timing, it's still got the white all the way up here.
Yeah.
Okay. We're showing 75, 7,700. Don't bother me anymore. It did at first. Now the closer the better.
It still was really lazy to get to boost. Like, check a duty cycle again, but I'm pretty sure I had like almost 40% down low to try to get it to come on, you know?
Okay.
And maybe I need to get some timing in it down there too, you know what I mean? We were so soft with the SBE on timing down there. Maybe if I just get a little timing, that'll kind of wake it up.
How much should it have? Well, I feel like
down in the lower RPMs.
Right. I still feel like try to command it first. And if you can't get it that way, like if we end up at, we're probably gonna end up 40 to 50% duty cycle.
So we went ahead and still tried to pin the gate shut down low. It's so lazy to get up on boost. put some more duty cycle in there to pin it shut a little bit down low, and took off. They have a thing called TPS modulation, which means it's not going to start letting you add boost until you're at a certain TPS. Normally that's good on the track so that if you pedal it or back off, it'll also bring the boost ramp down with you. So here on the dyno, we don't care. We aren't spinning on the dyno, so we want boost to come in with throttle no matter what. So turn that off, unchecked it. So now as soon as we give it throttle, TPS, it doesn't matter. Boost will start coming in immediately, and hopefully that'll help get rid of some of the turbo lag we got.
Hold on, it's the battery.
Good, so torque came up down low, right? That helped, and it definitely sounded rowdy. I don't know why in my brain I'm not ready to let it go above 7,500, but I'm having
She needs like 8,200.
Yeah, right, and it definitely would take it all day. Having some brain to foot disconnect currently. Most of the run is at building boost. So I tried to get to bring more in down low there, and it did do better. It must have, because
mile an hour.
it flashed the converter harder that time.
Yeah, we're
so
starting at 60.
Yeah, I guess we could start at more mile an hour and try
To get more RPM.
Well, we're gonna see what it does on the brake. It didn't, it's being a little lazy on the curve just from basically a roll on dyno. So we want to see what it does on the brake, just to get an idea how this thing's going to act a little bit, and see if we need to make some changes. Luckily, there's some like really good tables in Holley, so we can like add a bunch of RPM down low on the two-step, and then as the boost comes in, we start bringing the RPM down to our target two-step number, and that'll help get us through all that. We just want to make sure with off the butt the thing actually makes boost right now and isn't some low, lazy-ass curve, because we need to come out with power and we got to stay on the tire with power.
Hold on. Gotta let it ramp up. Well, this is lazy on the boost curve also.
Put some more duty cycle in it just to see what that does too.
The turbo's too big.
Let me build the table and everything, a timing and an RPM table, and let's see if we can get something out of it. Yeah, it did, but it probably just needs to stay higher now.
It went up to 42, but it never came back down.
No, it did. It started coming down as soon as it started making boost.
They gave full more timing.
Yeah.
So we're having some issues with spooling on the brake just because it's had such a bigger exhaust wheel. With the stuff we race on, we try to leave at a lower RPM. So we're trying to find the happy medium between a low RPM and still being able to make the boost we want to leave on, so it's not lazy when we let off the brake. So we're just trying to go through right now. Adam's checking the torque on the intake and checking all the intake pipes that way. Make sure we don't have any boost leaks, but we're pretty sure we have too big of an exhaust wheel to do what we really want to do, just because it's not something that's usually done. So we're always kind of in like a weird spot, because we want to leave on a lot of boost but not a lot of RPM. So it's like we're always fighting that issue. But I think we'll get it figured out. We just it's just a lot of trial and error and testing to get the tune exactly where we want it.
So something they call a torque wrench.
Some kind of mechanical contraption used to break bolts.
Most non-Neanderthal engine builders would use this
That's where you got.
instead of an impact.
I'm not an engine builder.
Yeah.
So I'm not allowed to touch engines.
Yeah, this is true. I'm gone one day sick, and this is what happens.
Must have been, we were just trying to recoup from the 5 hours we lost trying to get that broke bolt out.
It might make all the boost now.
I hope so.
Me too. That's a flame?
I'm sure it was. I felt it. The thing spins like a freaking ball bearing turbo. I don't know how it does.
So that's
because I help.
Well, I don't think we would get anything done right here if it wasn't for you, Sean.
Thanks, I appreciate that. It's a tough job keeping these guys on track. But we going again?
It's a wastegate tester.
Oh, is that the pulley or is that the shaft and the alternator bent? That's the alternator bent, I think. Look back in here.
Oh yeah. I think Adam probably didn't get it on there good enough when he put it on. I always go for this one. It blew a fuel line or something. Or blew something up. It was spraying my face with it when I had the Ace Ventura it. Bro, it sounded wild.
oh, belt's gone too.
It made a lot of boost.
It did?
Yeah.
It was real fun.
Yeah, it was,
Oh, so it didn't have a problem making boost.
oh no, it's fun. Let's get it back there so if the cops are coming. It was still running. I shut it off, so I don't think it's blown up.
Yeah. Okay, we need a belt and a hat. Okay, you get it back, I'll go get the belt and hat.
All right. Oh yeah, it blew this off. Hey, it blew the line off the rail. There was no fires.
Really?
Yeah.
Quick disconnect?
It blew that right off.
Wait, there it is. Now it's on.
Watch your face.
Good now? Must have just happened putting it on and stuff.
All right, we gotta get another belt to fix that, to put the stock pulley back on it. We didn't know whether the turbo was gonna spool or not. So we decided just to make a street hit, just to see what it's gonna do and see how the front suspension works. So we drove out on our road here. We went down, made a little U-ey, Adam and them stayed back here to get a video from here, but we didn't even make it to here. We put it on the trans brake. We left on 5 pounds. It ramped to 30 within a second, and within a second and a half, which is when I shifted from first to second, it was at 35 pounds of boost. So it was rolling out. Shifted from first, second, I hit third because it was just like screaming. I thought it was spinning, and then it bukkakied the windshield with E85 and oil out of this catch can that we made on Horsepower Wars, which the motor's fine. It's just this isn't accumulating right. Yeah, it's been full from us running on the dyno all day. I thought the motor was blown up, so, and I couldn't see out of the windshield, so I stuck my head out of the window, but instead of seeing where I was going, I got 75 PSI of E85 in my face. As you can tell, I'm crying a little bit here, but it's not because it's tears of joy because it went good, but also because there's a chemical imbalance in my eyeballs right now. So we're gonna fix the breather situation. Adam's gonna wire up traction control. We're gonna change some front springs, and I think we're nearing the good to go phase to go down south.
Pretty badass. We left on that boost, ramped it in that hard, and didn't spin a tire. So
not that we know of.
yeah, it didn't appear to on the log. So I mean, that road is 100 times better than what we're going to go race on.
But it's 30 degrees outside, no burnout.
Right, exactly. So I think the chassis is going to work so good that we're going to be able to really get after it with power, and traction control will have to do very little.
We're going to have to change, I think we're going to have to change trans fluid though to try to stiffen, tighten up the converter a little bit because it's so loose.
And I'm going to bring my other one too, so if we have to make a swap, we can, but hopefully not. It's not as easy to pull out of this thing.
But yeah, it built 5 pounds within 3 or 4 seconds, so.
Yeah, not bad.
So yeah, we're good to go. So these are 200-pound springs. These are 250-pound springs, same length, but the 200-pound springs that were in there, they're just a little bit too soft, where the front end we had the compression and rebound full tight, and it was still too loose for us. So we're going with just a little bit stiffer spring, so it doesn't have as much sprung weight, but it'll still give us as much travel as we want. These don't seem any tighter than that.